Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, 15 artists to pursue the top prize in this year's NCCU Cadence-Lypso competition. The Creole language to make inroads into a number of schools across the country. And MMCE gets closer to its target of building 800 climate-resilient homes in Dominica this year. The details coming up.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
First up in the news, 15 artists will take to the stage on the 2nd of November in hopes of being crowned NCCU Cadence-Lypso winner. Andrea Louis reports.
The show, which has become a staple of Dominica's independence celebrations, was last won by Anton White Ferry Joseph of Grand Fort, who, after his 4th consecutive win in 2018, bowed out of the competition. Chairman of the Cadence-Lypso Organizing Committee, Dexter Ducre, says an increased number of artists will compete this time around.
The grand final of the NCCU 2019 Cadence-Lypso show will take place with a new twist this year. The show will host 15 finalists. This is an increase of 4 artists from last year. We want to ensure that we expose as many artists as possible. The backup band will be the First Serenade Band of Point Michel. The First Serenade Band is a very experienced band, and we are sure that they will showcase an amazing performance.
Another change to the show will come in the second half, which will feature a Caras band from Guadeloupe.
The second half of the show will be different from last year. Last year we had a band competition. This year we're hosting a veteran Caras band from Guadeloupe in the name of Les Aigloires. Les Aigloires is a Guadeloupean Caras band of the 1970s. They were heavily influenced by the Haitian music that overwhelmed the Caribbean islands and beyond, from the late 50s to the early 80s.
The 15 participants vying for the crown at this year's NCCU Cadence-Lypso competition are Joelle Brown performing at number 1, Richard Beno Christmas, number 2, Delma Daniel, number 3, Jared Dorset performing at number 4, Charles Leatham, number 5, Jude J.D. Deloney, who was absent from dipping, will perform at number 6, John Mark, number 7, Webster Marie at number 8, Shirley Charles, number 9, Nathaniel Dura, number 10, Jackson Ailey at number 11, Steve Triumph Williams at number 12, Marissa Stedman at number 13, Chris Crisby Sylvester at number 14, and Desmond Lawrence will close down the competition performing at number 15. The November 2nd show starts at 8:30 p.m. at the Windsor Park forecourt. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
The Ministry of Education to implement a Creole teaching component in 19 primary schools around the country. Chief Cultural Officer Raymond Lawrence made the announcement during the launching of the 2019 NCCU Cadaslypso competition on Tuesday.
The Cadaslypso competition also promotes the Creole language, which is a very integral part of our culture in Dominica. And I know some songs have been sung in English, but I would say the majority of the songs have been performed in our Creole language. As you know, that's a very important part of our culture. I'm happy to announce this evening as well that with the collaboration of the Ministry of Education, we have just launched a pilot project in 19 primary schools in Dominica to teach our Creole language.
Meantime, President of the Dominica Association of Teachers, Mervyn Alexander, has welcomed the teaching of the Creole language in schools, saying it will greatly assist in sustaining the country's culture.
I think it's an excellent idea because, I mean, many of us who grew up in our time who know how to speak the language, so in a sense we really can't speak it per se. And I mean, if we're speaking naturally, it comes, but if we're asked to do an interview, there's no way we can do it. So I think, and if we're able to speak it properly and to write it properly, because if I have to write Creole, I have to consult the book that is written for that, because I can't write it. So I think it's an excellent idea. I think it augurs very well for our culture.
Dominica's Lady of Song Ophelia Marie would like to see the spotlight return to local artists during the World Creole Music Festival. We go back now to Andrea Louis for more.
During a press conference on Wednesday, Marie commended the Discover Dominica Authority and Dominica Festivals Committee for work promoting the festival over the years. She recalls, though, that when the festival started in 1996, it was primarily about promoting local artists and local music.
We were thinking of highlighting Creole music with the emphasis on Dominican Creole music. We wanted an opportunity to showcase what we had so that people outside could see what we had with a view to helping our music business rise. And our local musicians were up front and first. We were not afraid to put them on our posters. In fact, Gordon Henderson's face and his body playing a piano was the logo for the festival. It has changed following that.
Ophelia Marie is on this year's Saturday night lineup, performing alongside the Cadas All-Stars, consisting of herself, Gordon Henderson, Fitzroy Williams, and Linford John. This will be Marie's 6th performance at the World Creole Music Festival. She notes, however, that the focus on the festival has shifted over the last 20 editions.
But to me, we have implanted things that don't necessarily give the local artists an opportunity to shine. And we put our local artists either first, where there are not too many, or well, that used to happen in the middle, not too many patrons, or we put them right down when, like anybody else, they are very tired. I remember Jeff Joe as a senior citizen performing at 4 o'clock in the morning, and that for me did not necessarily enhance the opportunity for him to be the best. Now I am seeing a return to highlighting local music, and I sincerely hope that the locals are placed in a position where they can shine.
Ophelia Marie is celebrating her 40th anniversary in the music business this year.
And the woman who topped the Canefield Urban Council elections this week is looking forward to seeing a number of issues addressed in that community, whether she turns out to be the chairperson or not. Margaret Goldie Simon, who is in management at Clare Harbour, topped Monday's poll, amassing over 200 votes. Simon's closest competitor, Derry Lestrade, secured 195. Simon believes it's time Canefield has its own health centre. She also wants to see a revival of Canefest.
I consider myself a people's person. Everywhere I go to work is the same thing. Here at Clare Harbor, I'm like the mommy to many, the friend to many. So, and I work very well with anybody that you'll put me, regardless you like me or dislike me, that doesn't matter to me, it's getting the job done. So I would say I'll bring my organizational skills to the council for sure. I'm that kind of person. I like things organized. I don't like last minute things. So if there's something to be done, I will get a team of persons, put them together and, you know, definitely to persons I know that have the skills to do the work. So in Canefield, the intention and my intention, and I want to really, really drive it, the most important thing for me is to have our own health center. That's what I'm working towards. The beautification of Canefield to make it as beautiful as it once used to be when I was growing up there as a young girl. The cleaning of every area. There are 13 hamlets. I do not want it to be concentrated on just 5 hamlets where everybody's seeing the most popular locations in Canefield, but everywhere involved. Yander, Canefield East, Mount Daniel, all the different hamlets, Cocoa Bottom. So I want to see that. The playing field, that we have the trucks that are packed there, my God in heaven, we need a playing field. We have young persons, we have older persons, we need persons to come out and relax, because we used to relax there. Something that is missing the flavor, to give flavor to Canefield, is Canefest. I recall when I was growing up, we had Canefest, and that was the action in Dominica. Canefest. So that is one of the things that I really like to see come back. So we have a unity among all the hamlets and environment, and people from all over the walks of Dominica also invited to come there.
Simon is encouraging residents of Canefield to pay their house rates and participate in fundraising activities in support of the council, as the local government support is limited. She says there are other areas she intends to have the council focus on, to include youth development and installation of streetlights. She says she believes in developing Canefield through collaboration.
Youth development. So I believe in developing the youth in skill. If you're not academically inclined, I think like cooking. So we have already contacted some of the retired nurses to assist in that area, persons who taught home economics at school, and they're really ready to work along with us. The important thing is getting the people within the community to work with the council, not the council on their own doing everything, but to have subcommittees, designate 2 persons, a leader for a subcommittee, and get it going. And then we, as the driving force, I would say we kind of have the arrow for the canoe, and we're rowing that canoe, and we're going to get our team people to save their lives. Come to us, work with us, and that's what I really want to see happen within the community.
Simon, contesting local government election for the first time, says she received quite a bit of support from staff and colleagues at Clare Harbor.
But I want to really thank my workplace, Clare Harbor, because I mean they were my biggest fan among family, relatives, and my GM was really pushing for me for the 2 weeks. She really gave me the time for me to go and do what I have to do. And I had Kimberly, every time she'll remind me, are you sure you want to do this? And, you know, she'll kind of motivate me. Frances, and, you know, those persons behind me, those are my cheerleaders. Dion is missing because she's at lunch. But I really, really want to thank Clare Harbor for being supportive.
You are watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more after this.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Les moun ki ni TB estene e ben tousse, moun ki en bonne santé oli wen ka respire se vermine la. Moun ki pa ni bon tepewaman kon sa ki ni maladie HIV, alcool, ka fume, ti mamay e grand moun bien sensible pour ces maladies ça là. Moun ki ka tousse ni pou prendre précaution le yo en parmi moun en place publique. Couvre bouche ou le ka estene et tousse. Visitez docteur et ben place santé. Fini tout traitement yo ba ou sa joine guérison et puis maladie TB. En responsabilité ou aider du bout simen maladie TB et HIV. Protéger corps et les autres.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. Prime Minister Skerrit continues to push back against critics of government's housing revolution. On Tuesday, commitment letters were presented to 60 needy families, reassuring them that they will own one of the housing units due to be ready in 2 weeks' time.
When we started this Housing of the Nation program, the Housing Revolution, there are many people who have criticized this. We came here and we started building these apartments, people criticizing it. But you have to be mindful of people, because there will be many false prophets. There are those who will come to pretend that they love you and they care about you, but everything that is done for you that is good, they're criticizing it. They're not coming here to offer you a better way of life. They're not going to tell you how they believe they can help you to help your children to be better children tomorrow. They come here to recruit our children to engage in civil disobedience, in destruction. But you know that when this Labour Party comes here, it is to speak to you about the welfare and well-being and upward mobility of our children.
The Prime Minister says the attacks on the CBI program, which funds these housing projects, is not about him, but about the welfare of Dominicans. More than $6 million in CBI funds has been spent to renovate houses in La Plaine post-Maria.
Every single dollar that was spent to fix homes in Dominica after the hurricane came from the CBI. Every home we have constructed comes from the CBI. Because we have had a dramatic drop in our revenue through taxation, because we gave a lot of tax-free and VAT-free, we had to rely heavily on the CBI. And so our grandparents, our mothers and so forth, our aunts were getting this 70 and over allowance. Since the hurricane, this has been paid for by the CBI. So there is a campaign to undermine these things. And if they were to be successful, and I thank God for standing with us, you would have a challenge in Dominica. So what kind of people are this to want to destroy a country, to want to get into power? But I say to them that we know for a fact that this party will have a landslide victory whenever the Prime Minister calls.
Mr. Skerrit says he has instructed the Attorney General to ensure housing unit recipients receive certificates of title in their names. The Prime Minister has also committed to signing the contract for construction of the Marigot Hospital next week.
I want to thank MMC, who are the developers, for partnering with us in this housing revolution. And I can say that it has been a very useful partnership for the people of Dominica. And the quality of the work, the quality of the product is certainly of a high standard. And I want you, Chris Timmins, to convey to the developers our heartfelt thank you and for our continued partnership. And as a matter of fact, I will tell you, you're not from Marigot, but you're not in Marigot Help but you're Dominican, that next week we will sign the contract for the construction of the new Marigot Hospital.
Meantime, Montreal Management Consultants Establishment, MMCE, says the handing over of 60 residences in La Plaine this week is another milestone in its quest to deliver about 800 homes in Dominica this year. MMC began its work here in 2018, crisscrossing the country, identifying safe sites to house Dominicans hardest hit by Hurricane Maria. These sites had to be free from risk of flooding and landslides while not compromising good agricultural land. Each of the 2- and 3-bedroom residences in La Plaine contain 2 bathrooms.
The main structure of the building is reinforced concrete, along with certified hurricane-resistant windows. And extra precautions were taken in the detailing of the balconies to ensure that any build-up of water on them in a climatic event cannot enter the building. This was something we personally noticed, that during the passing of the hurricane, many otherwise safe buildings were compromised by the ingress of water as the drainage became blocked with vegetation and the door detailing was not sufficient to prevent the passage of water. This sort of residential building requires many more items than a standard type of residential building. We have active fire detection, fire alarm systems, fire hose reels and firefighting equipment. Every access and egress route is equipped with emergency lighting in the event of power failure. Each apartment in the building has been fireproofed with fire-resistant materials, providing a protected fire compartment both from the public areas and the neighbouring apartment.
Here is what one housing recipient has to say.
Following the passage of Hurricane Maria, we were left stranded for a few weeks and were at the mercy of families and friends. The situation got terrible that I finally decided to collect scraps of galvanized and wood to build a small home for my family. It was certainly the most difficult period. I was on the point of giving up when the Honorable Peter Saint-Jean and Pastor Mike came to my rescue, and I was able to build a small house for my girls and I. Although it was small with no toilet or bathroom, our new home brought joy to my 2 high school girls, 1 primary school student, and a toddler. As a single mother, life has not been easy, but today, I can say to all that words cannot express the joy and gratitude that fills my heart. As I received the letter of confirmation of my new home, where my girls and I can be comfortable and not having to worry when it rains or having to run to the neighbor's house every time the weather reporter says there's a tropical storm. Finally, I want to say a big thank you to the many individuals who have assisted me over the years. In a special way, I want to thank Pastor Mike and the Baptist Church in La Plaine, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, my neighbors, and the Honorable Prime Minister and his cabinet for making my dream of having owned my home a reality.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, a look again at the headlines. 15 artists to pursue the top prize in this year's NCCU Cadence-Lypso competition. The Creole language to make inroads in a number of schools around the country. And MMCE gets closer to its target of building 800 climate-resilient residences in Dominica this year. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You may access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I'm Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.